The fact that America and Israel are winning this war is actually just Trump's claim. In reality, they are losing. Although their warplanes in the sky, one after another, bombs and missiles are all a big attempt to intimidate Iran so that they can do whatever they want, so that no power in the world can stand in front of them, but the reality is a little different. In this whole game, they have made a mistake that is now slowly being revealed to them. Because they went to prove once again the idea that everything can be controlled with force. And this is where they have made the biggest mistake again. At this moment, if you look from the outside, it will seem that the war has stopped a little. The situation is somewhat calm. But in fact, it is not peace. It is a suppressed fire. America and Israel think that they have brought the situation under control. But in reality, they have entered a situation that is now beyond their control. Gone. Because they won this war. It started to show its dominance. But its influence is no longer limited to Iran. It is gradually spreading to the whole world. The biggest mistake is to see this war as only America, Israel versus Iran. In reality, there are two wars going on here at the same time. The first one is what we all see. The war in the sky, where America and Israel are using their technological power and modern weapons to attack Iran. They have weakened Iran's defenses and destroyed important targets. From this perspective, it would seem that yes, they are ahead and they are winning, but basically they have not been able to do much damage to the Iranian military because all the important military structures of Iran are deep underground. What America and Israel have done is that they are frustrated and are bombing Iran's military areas. And the second war, which they did not even realize, is now their biggest. It has become a nightmare. This war is against the entire world economy. And here Iran has now struck a place that is beyond the control of America and Israel. This place is called the Strait of Hormuz. A small sea route. It may not look like much on a map, but in reality, 20% of the world's oil and gas passes through this place. A large part of the world's energy supply depends on this one route. Now imagine what would happen if there was suddenly uncertainty in this place, if there was fear. That's exactly what Iran did. They didn't close the entire route. Because there's no need for that. They just created an environment where every ship, every company, every insurance company is wondering if it's safe to go this route. Sometimes they use drones, missiles, sea mines to send a message. This route is no longer as safe for you as it used to be. And this. A message shook the entire system. The results came very quickly. Ships stopped coming. Oil supplies decreased. Prices started rising. And the impact of this price increase has now fallen not only on one country, but on the entire world. And here the whole game turns. No matter how much American Israel shows its sky power, they cannot change this reality. Because this is not a military war. It is a game of geography and economy. And here the whole game turns. No matter how much American Israel shows its sky power, they cannot change this reality. Because this is not a military war. It is a game of geography and economy. You can destroy a city in a country with bombs. But you cannot erase the importance of an entire sea route. And this is where Iran comes forward. Because they have turned their weakness into strength. They know that they cannot win in a direct fight. So they have struck a place that is completely beyond the control of America and Israel. America and Israel have always thought that they will come from outside and fix everything. But in reality they have. They have lit a fire that is now coming back to haunt them. They thought they would strike quickly and end everything. But they did not realize that this war would not be limited to the sky. It would spread to a place that they would not be able to control easily. Now the question is very clear. If America and Israel go to the sky, then Iran will continue to play deep in the earth, by sea and within the economy. So who is actually winning this war? The calculation with which America and Israel started the war has now completely broken down. Now they have three paths in front of them. But all three are problematic. So who is actually winning this war? The calculation with which America and Israel started the war has now completely broken down. Now they have three paths in front of them. But all three are problematic. The funny thing is that this is what is happening now. America is no longer able to maintain a ceasefire in the ground war. The second is to do nothing, but the price of oil will continue to rise and this will have an impact on their own economy. The pressure on the people will increase, and that pressure may even lead to the removal of the American president from power. The third is to escalate the war further, which means going to the ground. But Iran's geography is such that such a war will be long, expensive, and uncertain. History says that it is easy to start such a war, but it is very difficult to end it. And in such a situation, it can be said that it is almost impossible for America to attack Iran on the ground. And here an important point comes to the fore. The blockade that America and Israel are trying to create is also not working completely. Because Iran has not stopped everything directly, but has only created fear and uncertainty and made the entire system unstable. And this is where Iran's strategy becomes clear. They don't want to win. They just want to survive. As long as they can do this, as long as the situation can hold, the pressure on the whole world will continue to increase. And that pressure will fall directly on Trump. In this situation, America and Israel are actually stuck in a trap. If they retreat, it will be weakness. If they move forward, they will face more losses, and if they stay in the middle, the problem will be even bigger. That is why many people are now saying that this war is not just a war. It is the result of a wrong decision, which is gradually becoming a big crisis for America. But one truth is very clear. No one is completely winning in this game. America and Israel are showing strength but are not getting a solution. Iran is creating pressure, but they are not out of harm's way either. And in the middle is the whole world where ordinary people value the most. This war teaches us one more thing. Power is not just about weapons. Sometimes a place, a strategy, and a right time. The decision can put even the greatest power under pressure. And maybe that's why this war is no longer just about America and Israel. This war is now a war against the entire world. Please like and subscribe.